Imagine the world where your own diary is a death warrant. A world where your TV doesn't just broadcast propaganda, but watches you while you sleep. A world where the government can change the past, delete your existence, and tell you that 2 plus 2 equals 5, and you have to believe them. Welcome to the nightmare that is George Orwell's 1984. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most important, chilling, and misunderstood books of the last century. Whether you read it in high school or you've just heard the term Big Brother used on the news, we're going to look at why this story is more than just a dusty classic. It's a mirror held up to our modern world. By the end of this episode, we're going to understand how language shapes our thoughts, why privacy is a form of rebellion, and why Orwell's warning is louder today than it was back in 1949. Let's start with the atmosphere. Imagine London, but not the one we know. It's Airstrip 1. It's gray, it's crumbling, and there's a constant smell of boiled cabbage and old rag mats. This is the world of Winston Smith. He's an ordinary man, a small cog in a massive machine called the Party. He works at the Ministry of Truth, which is the most ironic name in literary history, because his entire job is to rewrite history. If the government promised there would be no chocolate shortage, but then the ration is cut, Winston's job is to change the old newspapers so it looks like the government predicted the cut all along. The past is not fixed. It's a fluid, editable document. Think about that for a second. If you control the past, you control the present. If you control the present, you control the future. The most terrifying thing about 1984 isn't the physical torture, though that comes later. It's the psychological suffocating. It's Newspeak. Orwell was obsessed with the idea that if you destroy words, you destroy the ability to think. If you take away the word freedom, people eventually stop understanding the concept of being free. They just don't have the mental tools to build the thought. It's like trying to imagine a color you've never seen. Now let's dig a bit deeper into Winston's daily life. He lives in a constant state of doublethink. This is the ability to hold two contradictory beliefs in your mind at the same time and accept both of them. For example, the party's 3 slogans are war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. To us, those are obvious lies, but for Winston's society, they are the pillars of reality. You have to forget what you know, and then forget that you forgot it. It's exhausting just thinking about it, right? And honestly, we see versions of this today. Have you ever noticed how political branding uses words that mean the exact opposite of the policy? It's a technique as old as time, but Orwell gave us the vocabulary to spot it. Before we get into Winston's secret rebellion and the mysterious Julia, let's take a quick second. If you're finding this deep dive into dystopia fascinating, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite platform. It helps other curious minds find the show. And honestly, it's the best way to make sure the thought police don't catch us. Back to Winston. He starts to rebel in the smallest, most dangerous way possible. He buys a blank book and starts a diary. In a world of total surveillance, writing "down with Big Brother" is a death sentence. But then he meets Julia. Their affair isn't just a romance, it's a political act. In a society that demands you give all your love and loyalty to the state, loving another person, feeling a private, unmonitored emotion is an act of war. They think they found a sanctuary in a small room above an antique shop. No telescreen, no hidden microphones, or so they think. They share real coffee, real sugar, and for a brief moment they feel like human beings instead of party members. They think they found a mentor in O'Brien, a high-ranking official who seems to be a secret rebel. They join the Brotherhood, an underground resistance. They are willing to do anything to bring down Big Brother. But this is Orwell, and there are no easy escapes. The moment of betrayal is one of the most heartbreaking scenes in literature. The picture on the wall falls away to reveal a hidden camera. The shopkeeper is a member of the thought police, and O'Brien, he was never a rebel. He was the architect of Winston's trap. You realize that in this world there is no us, there is only the party. The final act of the book takes us into the Ministry of Love, another brilliant name, and the infamous Room 101. This is where the party breaks you, not just your body, but your soul. They don't want to kill you while you hate them. They want to cure you. They want to reshape your mind until you genuinely, truly love Big Brother. O'Brien explains to Winston that the party doesn't want power for the sake of the people. They don't care about wealth or luxury. They want power for the sake of power. Pure, raw, intoxicating power. He describes the future as a boot stamping on a human face forever. In Room 101, Winston is faced with his greatest fear, rats. To save himself, he does the one thing he promised he would never do. He betrays Julia. He screams, "Do it to Julia, not me!" In that moment, the last piece of his humanity is stripped away. He has placed his own survival above his love for another. When O'Brien holds up 4 fingers and demands Winston see 5, he's not just asking for a lie, he's demanding the surrender of Winston's logic. That's the ultimate power, to make a human being deny the evidence of his own eyes and ears. If the party says 2 + 2 is 5, then 2 + 2 is 5. So, what's the takeaway for us in 2026? We live in an age of alternative facts, algorithmic echo chambers, and data surveillance that would make Big Brother jealous. Think about your smartphone. It knows where you are, what you buy, who you talk to, and thanks to AI, it can probably predict what you're going to think next. We aren't being forced by a dictator, but we often voluntarily hand over our privacy for the sake of convenience. Orwell wasn't predicting a specific government. He was warning us about the fragility of objective truth. He was telling us that if we stop caring about what is true, we lose the ability to be free. To wrap things up, here's your 1984 cheat sheet. First, language is power. Protect your vocabulary and your ability to express complex ideas, because language is the boundary of your world. Second, history is the foundation of identity. When we lose our history or allow it to be rewritten for political gain, we lose ourselves. And third, the most important thing you own is the few cubic centimeters inside your skull. As long as you can think for yourself, you are a threat to any system that wants to control you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It's been a heavy one, but these are the stories that keep us awake and keep us questioning. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who loves a good intellectual challenge. Until next time, keep reading, keep thinking, and remember, 2 + 2 is 4, no matter what anyone tells you. Take care.